gold link enablement time. Yeah. And it's always about the damage output the donut needs to have. And from what we see from the gameplays, it always matters on who roams and who takes the EXP lane. But what matters is what Renmark said, it's the gold lane capability that they need to activate in a faster or a shorter time period against this team.
Man, and I mean, you know, we're focusing on Donut here too, and I really just want to see how this works out for RSG Philippines. Ever since I saw Perks on their little like team intro video, I always wanted to see him play. The same with Irad. I'm gonna say Irad.
Yeah, Irad. You know what?
Okay. Is it Irad?
I know it's Irad.
Irad, okay.
But I could be wrong.
Well,
you're making me doubt myself now. It's okay. It's Irad. Yeah, I think it's Irad. Me and Leo had a guest coin before this match. And I won.
Okay.
Well, we could both be wrong because that's not an I.
It's a one.
It's a one. So it's one red.
Irad with a one for an I.
There we go.
I see that.
There you go.
That's accurate.
That's actually accurate.
First pick here, Julian, very available for RSG. If they want to pick that up, Faramis, Valentina. Three of the most sought after heroes are up in the playing field, so it's going to be up to RSG to determine whether or not they'd want to play the whole Faramis Valentina trade dance. I think Julian, instead of picking up the Faramis, they pick up the Valentina.
So will this be a good answer by Nexplay Evos to take into Faramis? Because this is set up another one hell of a team fight of back and forth, live saving from one another if ever they commit a mistake.
It's kind of funny because, you know, we were talking about this yesterday, and I feel like now with the current way things are, Valentina Faramis popping up doesn't necessarily mean a long game. You know, that's what we saw yesterday.
Yep.
And at the same time, what I'm wondering too about RSG Philippines is who's calling the shots.
Yep.
Right? Who is going to be the shot caller
On this specific lineup?
Yeah, on this specific lineup. You know, how are things going to go for this? And, you know, even what we saw yesterday from Naps, right? Naps was a little aggressive, pulling the trigger.
A little? He was aggressive,
He was
man.
quite aggressive.
His gameplay, like, really was fundamental to RSG winning, and the ooh sound there from OSX, it's because of these very unique picks. And instead of answering with the Faramis right away, Nexplay Evos said, we're not going to play that game. If you want to pick up the Faramis, go ahead, because we'll pick up a Julian and we'll pick up a Grok.
We've seen Kazan onto this Julian. He's phenomenal. It's working well onto this guy. So there's no way that they want to have that Faramis on the first and second pick. But maybe right now they also want to seal on how they wanted to counter the tank of RSG, because this sets up one thing. They have no idea on Irad's on Perk's hero pool, but only it's just a matter. Oh, look at that. He's doing the Salt Bay thing.
Sprinkling the powder.
It's a Salt Bay reference.
Yeah. Very.
You know him, right?
Yeah, the dude's ripped. I've seen his Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, he's not only an amazing chef, he's also ripped.
Yeah.
He works out a time or two.
Yeah. Mike gives me tips on how to stay fit from time to time.
You know who works out?
Yeah.
Farsa, probably. Cause she flies, dude. Come on. If you can shapeshift into a bird,
Okay.
Those are games,
fly
bro.
around the map,
Uh-huh.
you have to work out. I mean, she's not the most the buffest person, but I'm sure she, flapping her wings is a workout in itself, and it'll be a big workout for Emma and the Melissa. Usually when we think of marksmen such as Melissa, the carries of the world, you think of heroes such as the Farsa with that long-range poke damage to potentially force out that singular dash that a Melissa has. That feathered airstrike will be what Emma needs to watch out for. And so far right now, RSG, now, because of how the draft went, and it is still very surprising, we have not seen a Faramis at all so far. That RSG's, well, with the Valentina on their side, they can match either the initiation brought about by a Grok, or the zoning and damage potential of a Farsa getting the feathered airstrike. That Akai is most likely going to be going into the jungle.
It needs to, yeah.
Yeah, so Nexplay Evos needs to round out their draft with some pretty strong EXP laners that could potentially give RSG a hard time. My question is, will NXPE think about putting the Yuzhong on the hands of Renjay? Yes, they're up against a Melissa who has to go away, but if they don't pick up that Yuzhong, there's a good chance it might go into the hands of Nats in the second phase of the drafting for RSG.
We've seen him last night on how he showed his dragon out to the world, and that's Nats completely giving us a good game against Blacks International. But now we are talking about the EXP. It's Renjay. The Masha could be open. And what the other things? The
Brethren,
Lapu Lapu.
Lapu Lapu. There's a lot of things.
Chivalry.
But depending on this last band of RSG, it's a Clint. Okay.
They might just so
Okay.
they're down to like maybe a carry pick
Carry and
For the RSG.
a Bruno.
for an NXPE.
NXP.
Yeah.
If they're gonna go, the thing is, you're gonna carry Bruno. Are they thinking about Moskov? I don't think so. If they think about Popol and Koopa, that means you're gonna need a lot of
I feel like
backline
you've been
healers
waiting for Pobo and Kuba
for
to
a long
fall.
time. So Nexplay Evos, they pick up the Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Take it away from the hands of Nas. There are teams who can still pick up a Uranus up against an Esmeralda. RSG so far, they don't have a lot of shields that they'll generate themselves, right?
Yeah.
So even though the Uranus Esmeralda matchup favors an Esmeralda, it's okay. They could make it work. I still think Yu Zhang here would be a great pickup for
Which is still undefeated, right?
still on the hands of Nas.
On the hands of Nav.
Well, actually, yeah, he's the only one who's.
I was gonna say, I think it's 4 for 4.
Yeah, 4 for 4.
4 for 4 right now.
3 for 3. Undefeated.
Yeah, we'll see if he locks that in. It's gonna be the Uranus going back to the Eternal Battle here. What is the last pick gonna be?
Has to be a roamer. I mean, they could. Oh, not the Tilda. Lolita. There we go.
Yeah.
For RSG. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're seeing a good combination here for the Raiders on how they want to attack Nexplay Evos. Now, what's the hero of Donut this time? There's no 1-1.
I think he.
There's no Claude. There's no Beatrix if she wants to. Brody. Oh, I don't know. How about
Brody
or
actually.
Carrie?
Brody might be okay. Carrie might be okay. They just the thing that NXP is thinking about is right. We gave a Farsa ult to a Valentina, so we have to watch out for the feathered airstrike. I like the sound of Brody. At least he can move like basic attacking, charging that up. He has a corrosion strike, corrosive strike, second skill that can stun anyone who decides to come near him. Brody sounds good.
Yeah, let's see. But no,
Bruno.
it's the balls of fire.
We've been saying Bruno this whole time, not Brody.
Yeah, you're talking about the
It's a
wrong
lot of
guy.
bees.
No, but the Bruno pick also makes sense. They instead of getting someone who takes a while to farm up, as long as they keep it relatively close, those soccer balls are gonna hurt.
Yeah, and we've seen this kind of match yesterday, and we had the agreement to not talk about Bruno in a song. Yeah, because imagine how this could be a good matchup against a Melissa. You've seen it yesterday, and how can he counter ultimates onto this hero, onto the meta.
Bruno in a song.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Okay, I get it. All right.
Do you even watch cartoons, bro?
Unfortunately, I don't. I only watch something called anime. So I don't know. Are those adult cartoons? I don't know what you consider those.
It's fine. It's still animated. Well, yeah. Going back to our topic here about Bruno, we're just talking about how this could be a good pick for Donut. Okay, they need Donut to enable as much as fast. And onto this meta hero against Melissa, I think this could work for Nexplay Evos.
Yeah. Looking at the lineup though, I think the Farsa pick here for Nexplay Evos on the hands of El Piso with Yelly Hayes playing the roam role on the Grok. It's been a very long time since I've seen Yelly Hayes play a tanky roamer. Again, this is a gold medalist winning. Back when roamer wasn't even a thing, he was a tank.
Yeah.
His legendary box should play. El Piso's Farsa will be the biggest X factor here for NXT.
Yeah, I love how we talk about Yelly Hayes here. He's one of the players who actually has rich experience onto the league. And right now, Eman and Donut is what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think, there was a lot of folks up there if they could have possibly gotten an early kill, but, that's going to be tough to manage. But right now, NXPE playing pretty aggressive all around.
Yeah, these are really maximizing the Curse of Crow with the combinations being able to land the stun. Look at that!
Aqua should be fine from there. Luckily, the El Piso's flame shot was used on the top side. It might have converted to a first blood right there, but again, NXP trying to control the pace here, set things up, but everybody else are now level 4. It's going to be a nice setup here. Can Irad get the kill? Yelly is going to have to back off.
Okay, so Irad is now could be the possible best buddy of Demon Kite. He's now the jungler of RSG. We're now seeing roles of the new players here of RSG. So we might see some difference here. But onto the XP lane is still an eternal battle here onto the first turtle fight. But I just love how the lanes, specifically the goal lane, works for Donut from time to time.
Yeah, that early rotation by Nexplay Evos really helped. You saw even Elbiza utilize a flame shot just to maximize the poke damage they can dish out onto the Melissa of RSG.
It's all about time. It's all about patience.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Oh,
All right.
You're out for perks there.
And this should mean a relatively easier turtle. Nexplay Evos, look at that. Elbiza's still going for it.
Yeah, I mean, he used the flame shot. He's still running. That is going to be the first blood by El Piso. Turtle's still going to be worked on. Aqua has the wild charge, but it's secured by Kazin. They do grab the objective here, plus the kill. Irad trying to get out. Renegade quite low, too. But they're just going to disengage from there. NXPE winning that whole part.
You saw there the aggression of El Piso in the mid lane meant that Perks, the tank of RSG, wouldn't be there for that turtle. And now because of results around the map here, I like this aggressive El Piso play. Now he's going to be helping Donut. Donut got to maximize the gold from the turret shielding, and there could be a big play.
Yelly Hayes goes in. Look at this combination. It's deadly. Emon's still going to be alive, but it's Perks that goes down. El Piso's not done. What's to look for a kill?
Whoa there.
Almost finding the target.
What's with LB's and the flame shot?
Yeah. That is what I call an angry bird right there.
The red one.
The red one.
Yeah, the red one just flying all over the map using the flame shot. It's relatively short cooldown, maximizing the pokes, rotating well with the Ellie Haze. Nexplay Evos, they're sticking to the condition that's been discussed throughout the panel and earlier. They're helping Donut. They're getting him out of lane as much as possible. That's why this Bruno pick is working right now.
It's the space. It looks like Nexplay Evos now has learned from the mistake that they had. LPs are just being an angry bird here. They're trying to corner down Nats onto the XP lane, but looking at this map, RSG is onto the death bush here.
I also like to see this. I like to see Yelly Hayes and El Piso switching things up a little bit. It does add some dynamic. Now the focus still on
Nats is pulling
Nats.
everybody to a trap.
4 versus 1. Can Navs escape? Does get stunned. Flame shot's gonna come out, but no kill just yet. So Navs able to survive that one. Renegade now joining the fight here. Might just give this one a go, but he's gonna get knocked into the wrong area, the wrong direction. Renegade now the one running. It's a full ring around the Rosie here. Yelly Hayes with a very wild charge.
It's like a player entrance that we've seen.
Yeah.
Just how perfectly Nats.
Oh my goodness! Perks with the setup plus the wild charge. It's gonna be a double kill for Aqua. We thought it was done, and it wasn't. Plus the turtle. RSG making a huge play.
RSG is just looking at NXP. He's like, hey, follow me. You want to follow me? Yeah, we're going to go around the map. I'm just going to lure you in a really awesome trap. Perks with a 3-man Numenon blast. Add a flicker on top of that, too. Let's see how Nexplay Evos will respond.
Oh my gosh, this is how Nats works with Wonders, pulling everybody on to his traps. Oh, look at that, Perks.
Another dare strike gonna come out. Perks does get taken out here. Now Kazin looking for the next target. Aqua does have the wild charge. He's gonna hold on to it for a little bit longer. Cancels out that wall that was gonna be set up too, so able to get away, but Perks does fall here.
It's still a complete defense here for the side of Nexplay Evos. No tower's been taken down.
Yeah.
Looks like they're still on to the roll on how do they want to win on this fight.
Yeah, Nexplay Evos right now, that was a big stop by RSG being able to make that play happen, getting that turtle, because you felt it in the game. Nexplay Evos were on that momentum. RSG were able to just crash that.
Yeah.
So that means RSG has a little bit more breathing room now, which they need. This Melissa needs to catch up a little bit more to the Bruno.
This is one thing they need to do and catch up upon Donut as of this time, but it's still RSG here trying to set up traps, because how Nexplay Evos can manage through team fights. There's a lot of CC happening. A good setup for space for Donut. There's a lot of control. There's a lot of burst. So probably right now they're just wanting to have more time to get in with the items to counter them off.
Yeah, I mean it's a similar fashion. Both teams have quite a bit of CC, and at least NXP they can also disengage quite well too. Here we go. Yelly Hayes giving the go signal. Emon has to back off and retreat from here. Look at the patience from Perks. Lands another stun ultimate, and now Kazin gives the focus. Aqua can't get the kill just yet. Kazin still alive, quite surprisingly.
Case's life flashed before his eyes after that. The dash from the Valentina, the wisps of Valentina were just flying in the air the moment it landed at Kaizen. If one more wisp landed onto him, he would have gotten taken out. Fortunately, he was close enough to his teammates that the wisp would be more spread.
Yeah, wisp turns to a whisper, and they just said, "Oh, that's how deadly it is."
Yeah.
Inside of Aqua, you know. It's just how they managed to pull this off against Nexplay Evos.
What did the wisps?
I was gonna say I don't think wisps whisper.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
It could.
Well, right now they're whispering to go for the turtle. Irad is going to go ahead and secure that, but meanwhile in the mid lane, El Piso quite low. Donut had to flicker her out. Naz able to get the kill here. The next focus, Yelly Hayes. Wild charge out, but Perks grabs him with the kill. Now Donut being zoned out here. Kaizen just around the corner. Can he help Donut out? Naz still. Is he going to pull the trigger again? No. He has the discipline. He goes back. He's not going to dive that turret, and Renegade too has to run from here. I don't think he has anywhere to go. Renegade gonna fall here, and now RSG Philippines turning the tables, grabbing a lead.
That long sequence, that long chase was actually started out by Aqua on the Valentina, stealing the wild charge ultimate of Yelly Hayes. Hence why when we panned the camera there to the mid lane, there were two members of NXP that were knocked up and stunned.
Yeah, missing the ultimate there. Perks just letting down one hammer onto the lane. Yellow Hayes being grabbed.
They do get a catch here, but Yelly Hayes is going to be finding flickers out. Kaizen now, though, going to get cut off. The rest of the team is there, and the wall comes out. To save the team, they live to fight another day.
RSG in the lead, but Nexplay Evos have the tools to turn this game around. RSG and NXP, despite getting close to a 3K gold lead in favor of RSG, this is closer than we think. What RSG does have, though, is even a slight tower advantage, now going to be brought to 3, and finally the top lane tower falling. So it's 3 towers on the side of RSG, 2 NXP's 1 broken so far. How the XP laners manage the side lanes will be the next big factors here, with the top lane of Nexplay Evos exposed.
Renegade might be in trouble here.
Oh, he just keeps on pulling out RSG onto the a good setup here, because he needs to buy time for the team. They have to cut to the chase, get to the pace with Renegade here. Oh, that's gonna fall down to Irad.
Yeah, exactly what OSX mentioned there. That was buying time and buying space, because Nexplay Evos got to get the tower in the mid lane.
That's just it.
I mean, they're battling for space, so they do manage that. Now this first Lord of the Game is going to be up here. And honestly, NXP, if they can pull something out in terms of position-wise, they could still highly contest this. They just got to be careful at the same time, because, you know, they don't have Renegade just yet, but he should be here by the time this fight actually breaks out. Now that he's up, they're going to bob and weave this. They are going to grab the buffs as well. Kaizen has to get in proper position for this. They've got to watch out for Aqua. Waiting silently, the conceal play is going to come out. They're going to wrap her around from the backside. Yelly Hayes, there's Aqua's response. Completely disengaging NXP. Lord's still going to be worked on here. Renegade goes into the back. Lord quite low. Who's going to be able to secure it? It's Irad. RSG Philippines secures that one. Kaizen quite low. Nats on the hunt here. Irad trying to cut them off. That's going to be Kaizen going down. Happy with that kill. Perch gets the stun. But they got to be careful here. RSG Philippines did secure the Lord on top of it.
My goodness, RSG, that execution. Nexplay Evos got to split the map wonderfully, split the fight wonderfully. However, it was just basic Akai. Knock back the jungler of the opposing team, put him out of range of the Retribution, and Retribution it yourself. Although there was a very close flame shot attempt by LPZ to steal the Lord away, RSG still has it in their hands.
Yeah, speaking of RSG, they keep on just exploiting the weakness of Nexplay Evos on the team fights. They keep on splitting the power capability.
Yeah.
Because right now, the keys on how RSG could work around this is that they want to clear the lanes faster, because that's one thing that they need to separate from NXP, is the power spikes that they can get in the mid-game.
Yeah, I mean, even at this point, right, with the 5K gold lead, NXPE, they have to find the target. The question is, who is the target on RSG Philippines, right? There's not many that you can actually just focus on to get down. Emon's quite hard to even get to, quite honestly, especially with Melissa's ultimate, right? So that's the struggle we're seeing here from NXPE as they continue to lose at space around the map. They lose turret after turret, but at the same time, again, if they can allow Donut to get that farm, I mean, he did just pick up a Malefic Roar, so he's got to get some more of these key items for him. At the same time, El Piso here, oh, that's bad news. He's going to get locked down. Tons of CC. El Piso setting up that feathered airstrike, but that's what I was saying. That positioning is going to get punished.
That's one thing about Forza. Once you commit the ultimate, it just goes bye-bye once you head on and not to get. It's either you let go of the ultimate or just what? Die.
Yeah, you get bursted down, pinned down, all of that.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get away from that one.
Yeah.
And then what we need to look after this was Nexplay Evos. RSG is just using on their strength. It's the ambushes, the death bush plays that Emon and Knots can do against Nexplay Evos.
Yeah, I believe they call it Task Force RSG.
It's online.
It's online right now, and how they're rotating and they're playing this game is that they know that if they play a slower game and always just play around specific areas and objectives, that means they're putting themselves at the risk of just being caught in a feathered airstrike. So they're splitting the map constantly. They're not letting Renegade push freely. They're respecting the side lane minion wave management that is very important here. Something that was crucial in RSG's match yesterday against Blacklist International. So right now RSG is doing the right things to not let NXPE play the game they want to play.
Yeah, right you are, Redmar, because right now for RSG I'm looking at two things, because Aqua is up against 2 level gaps against LPs. It's 2 levels ahead. That's why it hurts when he throws those wisp onto them. That's Emon and Aqua, because onto your question, Naisu, who do you target here? Is the damage enough for Donut or LPs to go after the key members of RSG just to divide the damage on team fights?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have much of a choice for this one. Just give up that Lord.
Yeah.
And now it's RSG Philippines once again with a quite a big lead. And they're going to be marching down into NXP's base the best they can. Again, we really haven't seen Donut be able to capitalize on anything. But the best case scenario for them is really the defense that they can do. They can pull off here. But Yelly Hayes going to be the one to get locked down. Does flicker out. Can't escape this one even with a wild charge. Nas does chase him down. Yelly Hayes survives. It's actually Donut and Renegade that fall here.
What an amazing layering of abilities by RSG, one after the other. Perks and then Aqua using the wild charge. This is crazy. They might win it here.
That might be the game right here, ladies and gentlemen. RSG Philippines working on the crystal, and that's going to be it. It's only a matter of seconds, and game 1 secured by RSG Philippines.
There you go. It just does that. A clean execution on how they wanted to take down Nexplay Evos. Just taking the keys and turning the locks in.
Yeah, that's what I call a spicy performance there by RSG. Sizzling. And I remember I brought up something...